Renewed tensions over the Strait of Hormuz briefly reignited fighting between the U.S. and Iran. But Washington says both sides have now agreed to halt attacks and resume talks. Kun-woo has this report.
The U.S. and Iran are set to meet in Doha, Qatar on Tuesday after agreeing to halt the exchange of attacks that continued over the weekend, according to Axios, citing a senior U.S. official. The talks were originally planned for Switzerland to discuss Iran's nuclear program, but amid continued tensions around the Strait of Hormuz, the venue was moved to the Qatari capital. Stewart, who heads the U.S. technical team, is expected to join the talks. On Monday, Iran said a joint committee on the Strait of Hormuz held its first meeting in Oman. According to an Iranian deputy foreign minister, the two sides discussed the sovereign rights of Gulf states and the future management of the strategic waterway under this month's MOU between Tehran and Washington. The meeting comes after the two countries continued trading fire over the weekend. Washington struck targets in Iran, prompting retaliatory strikes on U.S. bases in Kuwait and Bahrain. The U.S. said there was no damage and no casualties. The latest hostilities stem from differing interpretations of a clause in a memorandum of understanding signed 2 weeks ago concerning responsibility for the Strait of Hormuz. Iran says the agreement gives it sole authority over the waterway, while the U.S. argues that interpretation violates international law and insists freedom of navigation must be guaranteed.
Said Iran has a choice to make. It's going to be a responsible nation, or it can continue down this path to absolute ruin. And don't think for a second that President Trump isn't going to leave every option on the table to achieve not just our aim, the entire world's aim, that Iran never has a nuke.
With Iran struggling under mounting economic pressure and the Trump administration facing November's midterm elections, attention is now on whether both sides can reach a deal before tensions escalate further. Kun-woo, ArirangNews.